Hola clase, ¿cómo están? Hoy vamos a practicar los mandatos con unos memes del internet. Today we're going to practice some memes, commands with memes from the internet. La primera es, haz la tarea. Do your homework. ¿Cuál es el mandato aquí? El mandato es haz. ¿Y qué tipo de mandato es? It is an affirmative, informal command. And remember, it's irregular. It comes from hacer, and it's one of the Vin Diesel irregular ones. Okay? No dejes para mañana el chocolate que te puedes comer hoy. Don't leave for tomorrow the chocolate that you can eat today. ¿Cuál es el mandato aquí? No dejes. So what kind of command is this? ¿Qué tipo de mandato es? Es negativo, informal, y viene del infinitivo dejar. So it comes from dejar, and it has that S on it, so that's how you know that it is speaking to a friend. It's an informal command. No tenemos wifi, hablen entre ustedes. ¿Cuál es el mandato aquí? So there's a couple different verbs here. We have tenemos and we have hablen, which is the command. We don't have Wi-Fi. Speak in between amongst yourselves. Hablen es el mandato. It's saying to the group of people, speak amongst yourselves. It's an affirmative group command y viene del infinitivo hablar. Déjame decirte en inglés. No. Déjame is the command, el mandato. And if you notice, it has something attached to the end of it. It has the me attached to it. What does that mean? That is an indirect object. So this is, if you chop off the me, look at just these first four letters, deja, you'll see that it comes from the verb dejar. When you say déjame, you're saying let me. Let me tell you in English. Déjame decirte en inglés. So it's an informal command. It comes from dejar. You see there's no opposite ending there. Muy bien. Espera un minuto. Necesito subir esta foto al Facebook. ¿Cuál es el mandato aquí? Aquí. Wait a minute. I need to upload this picture to Facebook. El afirmativo es un mandato afirmativo informal. El infinitivo es esperar. Sal conmigo. ¿Cuál es el mandato aquí? Go out with me. Sal. And remember, that's one of our irregulars from our Vin Diesel. It's an affirmative, informal command, and it's irregular. And it comes from the verb salir, which means to go out with or to leave. And so it's kind of like a funny pun here because the salt is sal, and he's saying sal conmigo. It's a play on words. He, he, he. Por favor, no me comas. ¿Cuál es el mandato aquí? No me comas. Don't eat me. And it is negative, informal. And if you notice, it has a direct object in there. So don't eat me. Don't eat what? Don't eat me. The direct object answers the question, what? So in this instance, don't eat the candy bar. Don't eat what? Don't eat the candy. Don't eat me, speaking about the candy bar, the speaking as himself. comes from the verb comer, comas, and you can tell it's informal because it has that S on it. No te vayas. Remember, we have this song in our listening practice, the Carlos Vives, no te vayas. Don't leave. ¿Cuál es el mandato? Obviously, no te vayas. And what kind of command is it? It's a negative, informal command. And the te is there because sometimes in Spanish, the ir is used as reflexive. So don't leave yourself. It's kind of like when you're going away and you're like, ya me voy. If you say ya me voy, it means I'm leaving myself away from here. So they're saying don't leave. No te vayas is saying don't leave. All right. And the infinitive of course is ir, one of our favorite irregular verbs. Mantenga la calma y sea fabuloso. ¿Cuáles son los mandatos? Aquí hay dos. Mantenga y sea. So what kind of commands are these? Are they informal or not? They are not. They are formal. They are affirmative, and they come from the infinitives mantener and ser. Now, mantener is going to act just like his cousin, tener. So that's why it's got the GA there. And then the ser is it's a irregular as usual. It's another one of our favorite irregulars. And it's just one of those that you had to remember. Muy bien. No sigas el láser, Carl. Eso es lo que los humanos quieren. ¿Dónde está el mandato? Aquí está. No sigas. Don't follow the laser, Carl. That's what the humans want. Negative informal command. And it comes from the infinitive seguir. Notice there's a spelling change there, and that's because the yo form of seguir is sigo, yo sigo. And so when it comes to commands, you follow the yo form in the negative, if you remember that. So, no sigas el láser, Carl, is negative informal. No juegues conmigo, que yo sé jugar mejor. ¿Dónde está el mandato? Aquí está. Y es negativo. Es informal. You know that because of the S. And the infinitive, it comes from jugar. Now notice there's a few spelling changes here. Obviously, the UE, the first UE, that is a stem. Jugar is a stem changing verb. You know that just from basic present tense. Yo juego basketball, right? So you would need to keep that stem changing for the commands. And then there's also a stem changing here at the end. There's a GUE in order to maintain the hard G sound. If you didn't have that U there, it would say no juegues. And that's not what we want. We want it to maintain that hard G. So no juegues, you have to put the U there for that reason. Recuerda la dieta, recuerda la dieta, recuerda la dieta. What do we think that's saying? Where's our command? ¿Dónde está el mandato? Aquí está, recuerda, remember. Remember our diet, remember the diet. Es afirmativo, informal. Comes from the infinitivo recordar. Compra leche y no te olvides las galletas. Aquí tenemos dos mandatos. There's two commands here. Let's see if we can find the first one. Compra. Viene del infinitivo comprar. Buy milk. It's affirmative, informal. Y no te olvides de las galletas. Don't forget. No te olvides las galletas. That's a negative informal. Now, the te, what's the te there for? It is also a reflexive verb. To forget something is a reflexive verb. So that's why the te is there. No te olvides. Dios mío, no subas esta foto al Facebook. My goodness. No subas esta foto al Facebook. ¿Dónde está el mandato? Aquí está. No subas. Negative informal command. Don't upload. Subir means to go up. And so in Spanish, subir is also to upload. And you can tell it's negative, and then it's informal because it's got the S. Dale a cada día la posibilidad de convertirse en el mejor día de tu vida. ¿Dónde está el mandato aquí? There's a lot of words here. Aquí está. So give each day the possibility to become the best day of your life. Convertirse would be to become. Mejor día, best day de tu vida, of your life. And so we have the command as dar, but what's the le doing there? The le is an indirect object, and it's referring to the day. So give what? The possibility. Give to who? The day. So give the day the possibility of being able to become the best day of your life. Muy bien. Y eso es todo. Gracias. Hasta luego.